on this table. And the question is going to say, what is the relationship between the independent variable, and I'm abbreviating, and the dependent variable, question mark. Same question I asked you up above. What is the relationship? And what type of answer would I expect you to write here? Well, look at our equation. Our equation was y equals 2 times x minus 1. That's the equation we were using. You have to use the equation to answer the relationship between independent and dependent. You have to know which one's independent and which one's dependent. So what type of answer would I be looking for? Well, how did I start my answer up above? I started with stating which one the independent variable is. So is that going to change? Nope. You would start with the independent variable is which one? And you should be able to tell me. It is x. The dependent variable is which other one do I need to know? It is y. Is always going to be, and then here's where I write in my clue. How is y related to x? What did we do to each problem? We always doubled x, and then we had to subtract 1, right? So what's a way to write that? You could say 2 times x, then minus 1. That's one way to say it. Or you could even say 1 less than 2 times x. They mean the same thing, 1 less than that. So if you take it times 2 and then 1 less than that. So that's how we figured out that it worked on the table. Remember, it always has to go across on the table, on the table. So the next question that I might ask you on your test, what if the independent variable is, and I'm going to go up a step and I want to say, well, I kind of gave it to you already. I said, what if it is 5? What is the dependent variable? And so what I would have had to have done is I was supposed to stop the table and then add a line on here. What is the dependent variable? That's my question here. So you have to know, notice I never say x or y. You have to know independent variable is 5. What's the dependent variable? In other words, we have to know if x equals 5, then what is y going to equal? And we solved that up here. We said it was 9. You could use our equation to help us. We take 2 times 5, which was our x. Remember, y equals 2x minus 1. So we put a 5 in here for x, and then we subtract 1. 2 times 5 is 10, and I subtract 1. I'm going to get 9 for my y. So it's kind of like looking up here. What do kids often miss on the test? They will come up here and say, oh, if it's 5, then the other one's 3. But I didn't say, what if the dependent variable is 5? What's their independent? I said, what if the independent variable is 5? What's the dependent? In other words, I'm looking to check. Independent, you have to know is x. Dependent is y. I don't want you to come up here and find 5 and then say, oh, it would be 3, because I was asking for independent variables 5, not dependent variable. This is one that people will answer down below because they think that's what I'm asking here. But I never say x or y. I use the words independent and dependent. You have to know the independent is x and dependent is y.